Hey everyone, and welcome to this explainer. So, have you ever wondered why you might hit snooze on your alarm, 3 times every single morning, while your partner just leaps right out of bed, totally ready to conquer the day? Or why certain tasks at work just feel completely effortless, while others drain your battery instantly? Well, today we're diving into a really powerful framework that's designed to decode those exact daily routines and habits. We're talking about the Personal Energetic Profile, or PEP. If you're the kind of person who loves figuring out how things tick, especially when that thing is your own mind and behavior, you are absolutely in the right place. We're going to unpack this whole concept step by step so we can really get to the bottom of why we do the things we do. Let's jump right in.
First up, I want you to think about this. How do you naturally move through change? Seriously, when life throws a massive curveball your way, like, say, a huge sudden deadline drops on your desk at work, or you walk out to your car only to find a completely flat tire when you're already running 10 minutes late, how do you actually react? Do you just freeze up? Do you immediately snap into action mode and try to fix it? Or do you kind of just need a quiet minute to process the whole thing? Look, we all have a natural, built-in way of handling those completely unexpected moments. And recognizing that very first knee-jerk natural reaction, that is the critical first step to deeply understanding yourself.
All right, let's move into section 1, meet the PEP model.
So PEP stands for Personal Energetic Profile. It's a model published by an organization called Creation Unified, and it is entirely based on the research of Kevin L. Brown, who is a brilliant researcher, inventor, and author. Now, you're probably thinking about all those other personality tests you've taken over the years, right? Well, the big problem with a lot of those existing profiling tools is that they completely rely on subjective mood-based questionnaires. You're basically just sitting there guessing how you happen to feel on any given Tuesday. But PEP is totally different. It's designed to completely bypass those subjective flaws by looking directly at your structural energy. Think of a profile like a blueprint or a map of a city. Instead of asking you how you feel about the city, your personal energetic profile actually maps out the literal roads and rivers of your natural energy and behaviors. It gives you a crystal clear, concrete look at who you really are. And the foundation of this model is just fascinating. The personal energetic profile is rooted in what the source calls a THD-based identity. You can basically think of THD as the foundational code of your personal hardware, right? Just like a brand new smartphone comes with a specific operating system hardwired into it before you even download a single app, you have a structural framework of identity, which means your profile isn't just random guesswork, and it's definitely not about your temporary feelings. There is a deeply embedded system behind why you operate the way you do. You have this really solid base identity that anchors literally all of your actions.
Moving right along to section 2, decoding deterministic identity.
This source actually states the personal energetic profile, or PEP, is a deterministic identity model. Now that word right there, deterministic, that's the heavy lifter in this whole concept. In science, when a system is deterministic, it means that if you know the exact starting conditions, you can perfectly understand the outcome. It's like a simple math equation, or even the law of gravity. If you drop an apple from your hand, you know exactly where it's going to go, down. There's no random chance involved, it's just pure, direct cause and effect. And applying that kind of logic to human behavior is honestly what makes this model so incredibly powerful.
So, translating that somewhat heavy academic term into everyday language simply means that your natural, built-in traits drive your daily actions. You aren't just acting randomly every single day. Just imagine 2 different people walking into a completely chaotic, incredibly messy room. Person A has built-in traits for extreme organization. They are going to immediately start stacking papers and wiping off tables because their operating system literally demands order. Person B, on the other hand, has a built-in trait for high adaptability. They probably won't even notice the mess. They'll just comfortably sit right down in the middle of the chaos and start reading a book. Both of those reactions are entirely determined by their underlying traits. Your personal hardware dictates your response. Let's dive into section 3, your 5 natural states. So, what areas of your life do you actually think your natural traits impact the most? Is it your career? Maybe your family time? Or your hobbies? Think about those parts of your day that just feel totally effortless, where time literally just flies by. Now, I want you to compare that to the parts of your day that feel like an absolute struggle, where every single minute just feels incredibly heavy and draining. Well, the truth is, your profile impacts all of it. Recognizing exactly where these energies flow easily and where they get blocked up is the ultimate key to unlocking a much smoother life. The source material outlines 5 specific areas where these impacts happen. First, how you naturally think. Are you a rapid-fire processor, or are you more of a deep, methodical ponderer? Second, how you work. Do you thrive in really bustling, loud teams, or do you need a quiet, solo project to do your best? Third, how you recover.
when you are just utterly exhausted, what specifically recharges your batteries? Fourth, how you relate to others. And finally, how you move through change. Now, these 5 areas aren't just vague ideas floating around. In the PEP model, they combine to form 12 core archetypes. And because human nature is, incredibly nuanced, these archetypes map out into an amazing 3,276 harmonic positions. Yeah, you heard that right. That means this framework captures the exact, incredibly unique frequency of how you operate.
And that brings us to Section 4, Mastering Recurring Patterns.
The personal energetic profile is, as the source says, designed to make your recurring patterns easier to understand. Because let's be honest, we all have them. Maybe you're the person who always gets that horrible pit of dread in your stomach on Sunday nights, absolutely convinced the work week is going to be a total disaster. Or maybe you always seem to clash with that one specific coworker who just breathes a little too loudly and emails a little too bluntly. These are your recurring loops. The goal of this model isn't to wave a magic wand and just fix everything overnight, but to make those very human, deeply frustrating patterns finally understandable.
Think about the difference between an unconscious recurring loop and an understood daily pattern. When you're stuck in an unconscious loop, you're just repeating the same habits, making the exact same mistakes, and feeling the exact same stress. But you have absolutely no idea why. It's quite literally like walking through your house in pitch darkness and stubbing your toe on the coffee table every single night. Ouch! But an understood daily pattern, that's what the PEP model offers. The furniture is still there, but now the lights are actually on. You finally understand why you're reacting a certain way. And the real-world implications of moving from the dark into the light are massive. It means avoiding complete career burnout because you finally understand your specific working style, or even saving a relationship simply because you realize that you and your partner relate to stress completely differently. And honestly, neither of you is wrong.
So are you ready to finally understand your recurring patterns? Are you ready to stop blindly guessing why you work, think, recover, and relate the way you do? If you really want to explore this further, check this out. The PEP app is actually completely free to use over at the inventor's website at creationunified.com. Understanding your deepest structural foundation truly changes exactly how you build your future. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and keep learning out there.